Hello. So, for my final project on critical reading, I decided to fully engage in the book of The Things We Carried by Tim O'Brien. I applied my reader response to the description given on every item that Tim O'Brien explained. I at first thought, when I first saw the title, it's just going to talk about all the equipment and all the luggage that these soldiers have to carry around. And then as you got deeper and deeper into the story, you realize that it's not just talking about the little things that they carried and the guns and the weapons and all of this stuff that you typically think of when you think of soldiers, but like the emotional things. And um, we really connected with the love life of one of the soldiers and just the traumatic experiences that they all have to deal with when they're over there, just certain things that we don't even realize. So I think I fully understood this about the second time I read this. My reader response definitely enhanced throughout the semester. Um, the things that for my critical reading, I did The Things We Carried again. When I began to read this text, I was just totally focusing on what they were carrying, which I said before, but that's not exactly what he was trying to connect all together. He really was trying to grasp the emotional things and how they truly carry so many emotional things along with them, and so many of them did not think they were even going to make it home. And one of the quotes that really stuck out to me was, "They shared the weight of a memory. They took up what others could no longer bear. They carried each other, the wounded or the weak." In the story, one of their best soldiers died very suddenly, and one of the other soldiers was just in shock. And you could tell because he just kept repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And everyone just kept quiet or told him to shut up because they were just trying not to deal with it. And one of the rhetorical devices I was able to grasp is um, using imagery, because when the soldier died, one that was in shock kept going, boom, he's just dead. And you saw the dead body getting lifted up into a helicopter, and you could just picture this. And it was just amazing to me to see how they did not react. They did not show any emotion, but you knew that they had a lot of emotions going on because they're just like, this is just a normal day in war. For the digital tools, I really enjoy doing the online analysis of the poem along with Blogger. This is a description and a picture of my analysis of my poem. I really liked using this because I was able to quickly pick out one of the quotes and dodge down my quote and everything I thought of it really quickly instead of having to write it all. I also really liked using Blogger because I was able to write all my details down that I thought about the book, and I could let people see it or keep it private. And it was awesome just putting my voice out there and putting out what I thought about the book, and people could respond to it. And it was nice. I didn't have like a full assignment. You just kind of got to say what you thought. Connections. I really loved reading the books on the war, like The Things We Carried, and my free read, which was The Kite Runner. There was war in both of them, and as I said earlier, I have a very emotional connection to military due to my family. My dad was in the military, and along with my grandparents and my mom. So I really liked reading those, and I tended to enjoy reading those a lot more than the other ones. A challenge was The Hills Like White Elephants. I had a difficult time understanding this book in the beginning. I did not quite grasp the abortion the first time, and it took me a few seconds after reading it twice to even understand it the second time. So I had difficulty reading the books that I did not quite get or have like emotional connections to right away. And finally, my most memorable experience was probably making the flipgram Flipgrid, excuse me. And the reason that I say this is because we got to learn how everybody used so many technology devices a day, and I was not expecting to use as many hours as I did, and watching everybody else's, they had the same exact experience. And I would definitely say my aha moment during this semester was realizing how much I truly love to read outside of class. I was not expecting to get emotionally invested in The Kite Runner as I did, and I loved reading it right before bed. Even though it was a heavy topic, I definitely noticed that when I read before I went to bed instead of texting, that I got a better night's sleep. Throughout the semester, I really learned about myself as a reader, and I was a little nervous taking an English class because it doesn't connect to my major very much, but I did learn a lot about myself as a reader, and I feel like I grew as a critical reader as well. So, thank you for listening.